Welcome to Changing the Narrative with Red
And Big
and this
JaBu.
guy here. It doesn't matter. I'm here, y'all. I'm here. I know you missed me. I've been out for a while. So thank you for joining us today. There's 3 people in the room right now. We need some more people to join. I know you guys missed me. Put it out to all your friends. I'm back. I'm here.
Unfortunately.
So
The three will drop off real quick.
So we're here to give you some updates. Lots of stuff has happened in the last couple of months.
That's how you gonna start this?
Yeah, lots of stuff has happened in the last couple of months. I mean, I don't know what you've been talking about.
You only started the way you normally started.
I don't know what we started.
Don't worry about it. Just do what you gotta do.
If this is your first time here, I doubt it. I doubt the first. Is it first timers here? If it's first timers here, let us know in the chat. If you've been here many, 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 many times, let us know in the chat. So if is this your first time, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. If this is your second or third or fifth or 100th time, we appreciate you so much. And we love you very much. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share. We don't ask y'all for nothing else. Just subscribe and hit the like button. We won't ask you for nothing else. That's all we asking for. Unless you want to drop a little super chat. We appreciate those too. Okay, Stacy.
Go ahead.
What?
So this is what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna give some updates on what was going on with us in the past 3 months, good and bad. Woo, good and bad.
Yeah, we had it's been wild.
Yeah, we had a wild couple of months. We also want like a Q&A as far as
Anything you want to know?
anything you want to know as far as South Africa, real estate, apartments,
Renting
renting specifically, because everybody doesn't want to buy, especially like when they first move here. They might have some reservations because they got to figure out a location, a price point. It's numerous things you want to know. So,
and then hold on, and then also check out our we had a series that we did a couple of months ago, This or That. And we talked about like comparable apartments and comparable areas in the States versus South Africa. So check that series out just so you see a comparison of like what you can get for your dollars here renting. Most of those series that we did were about renting.
Okay.
So check that out if you haven't. This or That.
Yeah.
Changing the narrative. You search that up, it should come up.
So yeah, in the chats, y'all can if you have questions, we'll answer the questions. We answer the questions in the chats, and we'll get back to the questions later. But right now, we just want to tell you guys what's been going on for the past, like 3 months. Ray, you can go ahead and start. Y'all, this is gonna be very interesting, y'all. Both stories.
That's dead wrong. How you gonna say that? Like you thought I was deported.
And yo, man, Trump said he was getting rid of you guys.
That's why I'm here.
No, he said all the afrikaners had to go home, go back to the United States.
Except for Elon?
No, you and all the other afrikaners had to go back to the States.
Who said that?
He's gonna make you a refugee.
I am. I'm a refugee right now. I'm a refugee right now.
He said all you afrikaners go back.
I hear what the joke you're trying to make.
I thought I was gonna wake up one day and you was gonna be gone, but
you sound like you're disappointed though.
No. Continue your story.
So anyway, for 2 months I was in the United States, hanging out with my family, enjoying my kids and my grandbaby. Made my heart so full, my pockets so empty. Heart so full, pockets mad skinny when I got back. But I very much enjoyed my time with my kids, having my little favorite foods and everything. It was cute. It was cute. I really enjoyed it. But that's why I wasn't here for the first 2 months. Then I got back and we just were like out of our rhythm and we weren't doing lives. And then I got a cold. I got a real bad cold. about 3 weeks ago, and I was just getting over it. Like I had got sick like maybe on Friday, and like Wednesday, like I was just like at the end of the call, at the end of the cold, like you're like hacking up and everything, and um I went and laid down on Wednesday like evening, like around like 6 o'clock. I was working, and I was like my lunchtime. I usually take a nap, and I went and laid down, and I just couldn't get to sleep because I just felt like I had this heartburn, just wouldn't go away. And I didn't eat anything else. I had eaten breakfast that morning. I had eaten anything else after that because my stomach was bothering me. I felt like I had heartburn real bad. Tried everything in the world to try to alleviate it. Nothing was working. It just kept getting worse. And then I'm like, I'm online Googling natural remedies for like heartburn and stuff. And it said chew a piece of ginger. And I had ginger. I had a lot of ginger because was sick. And I was doing my ginger, turmeric, honey, lemon, orange, cayenne, like my little sick remedy, right? My little tea that I do. And so I had a whole bunch of ginger. So I'm like, let me slice me up a piece of ginger. Now, I don't know if you remember this or not, Stacy, but I'm in the bedroom and I asked Stacy to bring me a little piece of ginger. And I am at this point literally curled up in a ball in pain. Like so much pain. It has gone from heartburn to feeling like I'm getting stabbed right under my rib cage. And I'm waiting in the room for Stacy to bring me this ginger, and I'm rocking, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in there. I'm like, what is he doing?
Where's this who at?
You.
Oh.
And so I come out in the kitchen, and I see it's like the pieces are chopped up, and they're just like on a napkin on the counter. And I'm like, I'm waiting for him to bring them to me. I had to come get them. So I come out in the kitchen, I'm banging, getting, and I know you were in the living room like, you all right? I'm like, yes. I don't know if y'all know, but if you in real serious pain, like anybody can get it. Like you cannot regulate your emotions and manage your pain at the same time. And I was losing it. So I went in the bedroom and I was chewing on this piece of ginger, and then I swallowed it. Boy, when I tell you it felt like I swallowed gasoline and then dropped the match down my throat. I was like, oh no. Emergency room. Immediately, emergency room. And I told Stacy, if I'm not feeling better at so-and-so time, we're going to go to the hospital. And it was past the time, but I was trying. I was like, maybe it's really bad heartburn. But after I had that piece of ginger, I was like, I threw me on a t-shirt, some leggings. I'm like, let's go. By the time we get to the hospital, I am crying. I am crying in pain. Finally, they start giving me pain medication. Pain medication's not working. It's wearing every 15, 20, 30 minutes, it's wearing off. They're like, we giving you strong stuff. I'm like, it hurts. I don't know what else you want me to tell you about whatever you're giving me, but it hurts. It's still like, well, we can't just keep giving you medicine. Like, you might OD. I'm like, I would rather do that. It hurts. I'm crying. I'm curled up in a ball. Like, you were there, Stace. What were you thinking at that moment? We were sitting in the ER.
I thought you had to poop. I thought you had ate your food earlier, and it didn't go down well.
You thought we were in the ER because I had to poop?
I thought you just, I thought something you cooked messed your stomach up.
I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the emergency room. Finally, a doctor comes to see me, and they're like, all right, we're going to get you this imaging done. So they do imaging, and they said that I had like my lymph nodes because apparently you have lymph nodes in your stomach. I didn't know that. But they were like really swollen. So they started me on antibiotics. Like, you got some kind of infection going on. So they're like, we're going to admit you, and we're going to get you some more imaging tomorrow to figure out what's going on. So the next day, they send me to get an ultrasound done. and find out that I have big, really big stones in my gallbladder, like huge. And she's like, that's the you know, I know in the States the tech won't tell you what they see, but I guess in South Africa they'll tell you. Because I asked her, I said, well, what are you seeing? She's like, oh, it looks like your gallbladder is inflamed and you've got a bunch of pretty big gallstones in there. And I'm like, oh, what do they usually do about that? It's like, it's usually surgery. I'm like, dang. So I knew before the doctor actually told me that I was going to get surgery, that I was going to need surgery. And of course, I'm Googling everything when I get back to the room. So finally, the surgeon comes in. He's like, we're going to do some more imaging just to make sure that, you know, all the stones are in your gallbladder. They haven't gone into your like intestines or your stomach or anything. And so then that Saturday, which was what, the February 1st? I think it was February 1st. I went in and got surgery. And so one thing I didn't mention, so we have the plan that we have, the medical plan that we have here, Discovery, it's based on like network. So like the hospitals that you go to have to be in a network unless it's an emergency. And so in this case, it was an emergency. I went to the emergency room and they admitted me. They were like, oh, you have to pay a deductible. Y'all tell me about no deductibles before? It was 10,000 francs. Somehow they got it down to 5. I don't know how they did it.
I did it. You mean you don't know how they did it?
I don't know how it was done because I was on all types of drugs and I was just arguing with this man. Like, so what are you gonna kick me out? And
I'm in the other chair, just like.
I'm like, what are you gonna do if I don't pay? I'm literally dying. You're admitting me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you gonna do if I don't pay it? And I'm just arguing with this man. I'm not in my right mind.
And he looks at me and he's like, and I'm like this. Don't argue with a black woman.
I'm arguing with him. Like, because what are you talking about? I'm insurance. Like, this is not how it's supposed to work. So anyway, Stacy goes and handles the situation because I don't know. I don't care. I'm not paying it. So they got it down to 5,000 rand, which is, how much is that? Like $250?
It was half price. Whatever it was half price.
I think it's like $250.
And we're gonna get that money, the other money back too.
Yeah, so I need to call Discovery. I haven't done it yet. I've been recovering. I had other stuff on my mind, but I need to call them and figure out like what the hell. But that's what happened. But I was at an out-of-network hospital. If I was in a network hospital, I wouldn't have had to pay anything out of pocket whatsoever.
So how long was you in hospital? You gonna keep telling your story?
I'm gonna keep telling the story.
Okay.
So anyway, come out of surgery, and they gave me the stones. They gave me 2 of the stones. It wasn't that big.
Big enough.
You're exaggerating.
It was big enough.
It was like that big.
No, it was not.
It was like if this little fat piece of my finger wasn't there, it was like that big.
That fat piece was on top of the neck.
They gave it to me. Like, and I always want to keep pieces when stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep a little piece. Like, anyway. So I've been sending them to people. Like, this day, y'all not my friends, because you would have had some gallstones in your inbox. But anyway, I have I'm 2 weeks post-op now. I'm doing really great. When I tell you it was the best hospital experience I've ever had, I've been in the hospital a couple times, you know, having a baby, had a hysterectomy like 10 years ago. You know, I've been in the hospital with other people. You know, I've had hospital experiences. And I just feel like this hospital experience was like the best. Like, they really, really, really take care of you. And like, they don't call the nurses in the hospitals here. They call them sisters. And I don't know, just being a woman, like, it just, I don't know, it just feels better. Like saying like, hey, can you send my sister in here because my IV's not working, or can you send my sister in here? I'm in pain. You know, it just feels better, more personal. And, you know, I don't know, like, I just felt like all the ladies that were on the ward that were taking care of me, like, I just, you know, they would come in like, hey, good morning, like, chit chat, how you doing? Did you poop? And, you know, know you got to ask those questions, but didn't feel like I was just talking to somebody that was doing their job. It was the best hospital experience I've had. And the hospital that I was in was like a neighborhood hospital. It's not like one of the big fancy hospitals. It was just a neighborhood hospital that has an ER. And I got the best care there ever. Like, out looking at it, you're not going to be like, oh, wow, this is amazing. But it was. They took really good care of me. And I came home and I've been healing and I'm doing really well. I feel like coming home from the time that I had my hysterectomy and coming home from this surgery, I was in a much better place. They have occupation, they have physical therapy in the hospital, like the day after you get out of surgery. So the 2 or 3 days that you're there after surgery, you're doing, doing physical therapy. And so when you come home, like you're able to move around and do things and stuff like that when you get home. And if I was home by myself, I would have been able to take care of myself. When I came home after I had my hysterectomy, I couldn't take care of myself. I had to have people bring me my food and help me get out of the bed. But because they keep you in the hospital a little bit longer post-op, like you go home not fully functional, but functional enough that you can fix yourself something to eat. You can get up and go to the bathroom by yourself. You know what I mean? So that being said, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I was in the Mulberton emergency room and hospital during the stay, just in case anybody was wondering. So that's what I've been doing for the last 3 months. Stace, what you been up to?
Fellas. fellas. I need to listen to this one. Woo. Red was gone, like she said. In November, well, actually, Sia said if you have 2 days of pain or whatever, go to the doctor. My pain was for about a month and a half. I had not even a pain, just I had an ache in my side for like 2 months, maybe 2 months, ache in my side. I kept telling but the ache would like come and then it'd be gone for 2-3 days. It'd come for like an hour or two and then gone for 2-3 days, 4 days. So it was never like a steady pain. So one day Red said, you just need to go to the hospital. So I went to I went to Discount. They said
it's not the hospital.
They said when they did all the consultation and the urine, they said we think you might have kidney stones. So now I'm like, okay, whatever. They give me some medicine. I go back to the house. It started going away. I took everything except maybe 2 days worth of antibiotics because I was like, yo, I am 100%. I am good. So I'm good now. A week goes by, the side ache started coming back again. So I'm like, damn, man, it's coming back. So I went back to Discount. They gave me something else. The something else didn't work.
What did I say when they gave you something else?
I didn't talk while you were talking. So they gave me something else.
Critical parts of the story.
They gave me something else. So now I'm in the house. A day or two goes by. I'm like, no, it's not working. Red said, go to the hospital. The next morning, I went to the hospital. But before I went to the hospital the next morning, during the night, I felt some pain that I never felt in my life. I don't even know if I should say the pain I felt. I started peeing, and it wasn't right. Fellas,
bed?
No. You know it wasn't in no bed. Fellas, it was burning, blood. I was in.
You need to honestly we're gonna get like strikes.
No, we're not. It was bad. It was bad. So I went to the hospital. I'm thinking they're gonna give me some pills, and I'm coming back home. So they ran a whole bunch of tests. They ran a complete workup. And So I'm like, all right, what you know, I've been here for 3-4 hours, you know, time for me to go home now. Give me medicine, prescriptions, I'm going home. Doctor said, we admitting you, sir. We admitting you. I'm like, stop playing. Just give me my pills so I can go home, and you know, and I'm gonna take them all this time, I promise.
That ship has sailed.
No.
That ship has sailed, Mr. Morrison.
So being that I was all the way in Four Ways, and we lived in the Glen Vista area. So I told the doctor, well, I'll be back. I'm going home. And I said, well, how much clothes to get? For how many days? He said, yeah, for at least 3-4 days, maybe even 5.
Mind you, I was in the States while this was happening.
The whole time I'm by myself.
My little husband is all by himself. And like, I was so worried. I was honestly so worried. Because I felt like they're not going to take care of him if I'm not in there regulating. Because I'm thinking about the hospitals in the U.S. And I'm like, they're not going to take care of him if I'm not in there regulating. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. So they admit me. I get back to the hospital maybe like 3 hours later. They admit me. And I'm in all kind of pain. They kept giving me antibiotics for 5 days. And a bunch of pills and pain medicine. It was rough. It was so rough to the point to where I had no control of certain things. It was really bad for the whole month of December. I was down, and half of November, I was down, and that's the main reason. No, that's not even the main reason why we wasn't doing no lives. You know, she was in the States. I was here, and the times just didn't coordinate.
Because I was working during the times that he was awake, and then we just couldn't coordinate it.
So I had a kidney infection. That was the issue. I had a kidney infection, and if you Google kidney infection, or if you know what a kidney infection is and you know what the symptoms are, at some point in the month of December, I had every symptom that comes with the kidney infection. Four Ways Hospital treated me very, very well. Very, very well. But again, yeah, I had a kidney infection, and I was hospitalized for 5 days.
Yeah, I was hospitalized for 6 days.
6 days?
Yeah, I went in Wednesday and left Tuesday. So it was like late Wednesday, early Tuesday. So 6-7 days, something like that. So let's check out the comments. Hold on. Let's see. Tim says it's been a long time. Yes, it has.
And y'all,
we're back.
Being in the hospital for 5 days cost me $0. Wasn't it 0, right?
Yeah.
It was $0.
The only reason it cost me something, us something, for me being in hospitals, because I was in an out-of-network hospital. But I'm going to argue that down because it was an emergency, and they're not supposed to charge me a deductible if it's an emergency. So that's a whole separate situation.
If we was in the States, I would have had the debate if I'm going to pay for this bill.
Hold on, there's a question about that later. So wait. Long-time subscriber, had the opportunity to meet you guys 2 years ago at the Villa Kazi meetup. Oh, okay. Well, glad you were able to make it there.
Yes, sir.
Glad you were able to meet us.
I remember. And I think I'm gonna talk to Asal. We need to bring that back.
We do.
Because you know what? Clandis came here a couple of days ago, and Clandis told us. Well, I don't know if he told you or not, but Clandis told me that in 2024, 6 million Americans, Black Americans, came to South Africa in 2024.
Did they stay though?
No,
did they have visas or did they just come to visit?
Came to visit. I mean, some came to visit, some stayed. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, the numbers of Black Americans coming to South Africa is insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to get the meetups back.
What about the dude that we met that had never met another American in Joburg? I'm like, how? And we just randomly were at a grocery store.
In Four Ways.
We were at a
In
grocery
Pine Slope.
store. Yeah, we were in Pine Slopes because it was a grocery store that has stuff that we want, that they have it periodically. So we just pop in to see, and buy it all. But
yeah,
we're not going to tell you exactly which store it is because y'all not taking our stuff.
No. Most of these people here, most of these folks is South African.
Yeah, but they might be here. Y'all not going to go collecting all the stuff. I'm not going to tell you what it is we go there and get either.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Selfishness.
It's not selfishness. It's self-preservation.
Nah.
Like if it was like penicillin, I would tell you. But I'm not telling you where I get my sauces. Cape Town. Hey, Liam in Cape Town. Thanks for joining. Hey, Sia. What's up?
Bro.
183307. I've never seen that name. Have you seen that name before? Nice to meet you. Hello, good people. I'll be back after. Okay. Praise the Lord. Johannes says Red came back at the wrong time. We dealing with a lot now. Trump and Musk and damn Afrikaner. Elon is an Afrikaner, is he not? He's one of y'all. I mean, I don't know.
Not them.
So let me stop. But yeah, Elon is over here. No, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm just saying, Elon is over in the
there.
U.S. wreaking havoc.
No, he's the first African president of the United States. That's what he is.
He is over there wreaking havoc. He's downloading the U.S. Treasury data. Congress doesn't have access to that. Child, it's a lot going on.
Yo, did y'all see the video clip with him, his son, and it was I think it was a reporter, and he asked his son to sit on my lap, and the son sit on his lap. His son is like maybe 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
His son sat on his lap, and his son said, "We do what we want to do." His son is not old enough to really, understand that. But you know what? He heard his daddy.
He repeating what he heard.
He's repeating what he heard. We do what we want to do.
He repeating what he heard.
Who else seen that video?
Okay, see, it says you should not wait for too long when you're sick. If you're sick for 2 days, go see a doctor. I had a cold at first. And so, like, based on what I've researched and what I've asked my doctor, like, so, and I didn't tell you all this part, but when they got the lab results back from my gallbladder, they actually ended up having to take my gallbladder out. When they sent it for test, they actually found out it was gangrenous, meaning that the blood supply had been cut off and my gallbladder was dying. And that was like crazy for me because like if I had waited to go to the hospital, I could have ended up with sepsis, like real bad,
or worse,
like really, really like. So from the time that I started feeling the symptoms, like feeling the cramps in my stomach, to the time I went to the hospital was probably like 8 hours. It wasn't even a whole day. Like that pain, no, there's no sleeping through it. There's no nothing through it. Like I was like, we have to go to the hospital. But they said that like my cold might have been my body reacting to the infection. And that might be why I was sicker earlier that weekend.
Sia has a point, like 2 days. But you know what? I can't speak about South African men, but I know for a fact American men, Tim Black and the old Jablani, y'all can verify, y'all can testify to this. Us men, we tend to like fight it, not go, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to go to the doctors typically. And next thing you know, we have a kidney infection because we ain't go 4 days ago.
You know what's crazy about that is statistically speaking.
Oh, you just want to throw this out there, huh? Go ahead.
Statistically speaking, men that are married live longer, healthier lives than women that are married.
What?
Yeah.
Than women that are married?
Yeah. Being married cuts years off of a woman's life and adds years to a man's life. Just let that marinate. Moving on. How much would that cost if you were in the USA? Half a year's salary.
I would have had it. We would have been.
If you're middle class, you're middle class with no insurance. Half your salary.
You would have had to contemplate paying the cell phone bill and getting fuel, getting petrol.
Mm-hmm. Well, they would have treated you. You
Yeah.
know, if you were in a not a like private hospital, they would have treated you. But then you would have had a bill and a scarlet letter on your credit report until the end of your life. They would have completely stuck it in and broke it off with no lube.
Oh shit! Talking about me.
What?
Nothing. Continue on.
I use euphemisms.
Okay.
I'm happy you're doing better. Thank you. So am I. I'm feeling really good. Lighter, you know what I'm saying? Like a souped up Camaro. You know, throwing out all the extra stuff I don't need. If y'all don't know, that's like a what's that movie series? Like 13 movies. It's like 13.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Yeah, it's like Fast and Furious reference. If you don't watch the Fast and Furious, you're not going.
Everybody watches Fast and Furious.
No, everybody doesn't.
Nah.
You'd be surprised.
That's one of the biggest movies of all. Well, sequels.
But I'm saying that's
of
the first
time.
thing they do when they start souping up a car, just throwing stuff out that they don't need in there. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go into my 45s and 50s real light.
You're already that.
And fast. I'm starting going back to the gym tomorrow.
You're right. All right, that doctor told you, don't you bust his stitches.
I'm not. I'm going to be on the Stairmaster and on the treadmill. That's all I'm doing.
Why don't you just walk around the house 4 times?
I'm going to walk to the gym. I want to get myself used to the process of going to the gym on a regular basis. Even if I'm just in there doing old lady stuff, I want to get back to going to the gym 3-4 times a week. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And he didn't say I can walk. I can walk fine. I'm not lifting weights. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just walking on a treadmill, doing a stair climber. That's all I'm doing for the next week. And depending on how I feel after that, I might do some body weight exercises, no weights, and slowly get myself back to where I want to be at. So don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Hi, Beverly from Texas.
That's not Beverly.
It says Beverly right there.
Oh,
that was the one before that.
Right there,
okay. I love how these essay doctors are so thorough. Very thorough. Very, very thorough. Very thorough. I got all the imaging that I needed done and diagnosed within less than 48 hours. Less than 48 hours. I finally caught alive. You're blessed today.
You know, but today is normally not. This is not like one of the best because we normally cracking jokes and having a good time. Today is a little more serious because of what happened. But
I'm just getting started.
I'm gonna get some jokes on her in a few minutes. You know what? Someone told me I was horrible because I be joking on you.
Yeah, you are. You're horrible.
Continue on.
Anyway, thank you. We appreciate you catching alive. We enjoy everyone that catches alive. We got 42 people in the building right now. If you're in the building and you have not hit the like button, that means that other people are not going to know that you liked it, and then they can't watch it and like it. You're keeping other people from their joy. So make sure you hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe so you can have all the nice things in life. That's what we're here for. What causes kidney infection?
I don't know, but that shit hurt. I don't know, but that stuff hurt.
I mean, they say stuff like drinking water and
I drink plenty of water.
All that kind of stuff. Like, while I was gone, I feel like you probably weren't drinking as much water as you normally do.
Beer has water in it. Liquor has water in it.
Liquor does not have water in it. But I feel like you probably weren't drinking as much water as like you normally do when I'm home. And you were out in the streets doing questionable things.
You don't know what I was doing.
Eating a lot of salt, not drinking water, not eating vegetables. I am 100% sure you only had 25% at max of the vegetables that you should have had per the World Health Organization.
I was out living my Kasi life.
And then you had Kasi bladders.
That's what I was
You had
doing.
a Kasi
I was living my Kasi life.
Anyway, but it could just happen. Like it could be a cause or it could be just whatever. Just like with the gallbladder. I've probably had those stones in my gallbladder. They've been rolling around in there for years, probably just accumulating and getting bigger until it cut off the blood supply and then it caused a problem. So it could have been something you did or it could be nothing. Like everything, all my other lab work, everything else was absolutely excellent, fine, great. The only problem was my gallbladder just decided that it was going to die today.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
1 second. Go ahead. Stir this up.
Stacy's making a pot of beans. I don't know what kind of beans. It's beans. Good to hear you guys watching from my hut in the village. Where are you at? Super C, so where are you at? Hey, stay off those savannas. You know that's gonna go straight to the savannah state.
Hold on. Yo, guess what though? I haven't drank a Savannah in at least.
But you've been drinking something else.
I haven't drank a Savannah in 3 months.
Okay, so what
at least.
Okay, but what were you drinking during your kidney episode?
Water. Because I was in the house. Next question.
Jeez, fam, you've been through it all. Thank God you're well now. Pray emojis.
Yeah.
I was one of them. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to gain years off your wife's life? That's probably what you mean, sir.
Probably.
Most kidney infections start as bladder infection in your lower urinary tract. Bacteria that live in your bowel can get into your urinary tract and cause an infection if a bladder infection isn't.
Yeah, it started off as a bladder infection.
We want to trade afrikaners for Black Americans ASAP. Put it in the law. Tell them that we can come here as refugees. Tell them we can come here as refugees.
How do you know he wasn't talking? Is that a she or a he?
It's Johannes.
Okay. How do you know that Johannes wasn't talking about you when he said afrikaners and me?
It's just we want to trade afrikaners with Black Americans. I'm a Black American. I'm a Black American.
You say so. Next one.
My DNA says I'm a Black American. That's all.
Did y'all hear what she said to me just now?
They didn't hear nothing. If bladder infection isn't treated, it doesn't go in and spread to one or both kidneys. Yeah, because you weren't taking the right medicine, like I told you. Welcome back, Red. Please tell your uncle and cousin Elon to back off South Africa. Look, if I can't get them to back off they brothers of Mexico and Canada, how am I get them to back off the South African cousins? I can't do nothing about that. They're trying. Look, remember back in high school, I don't know if y'all had this social studies class that we had. And one of the things we talked about was isolationism and how it was bad and how it didn't help the economy. And Trump was like, let's try it again. But y'all didn't vote for me, so I can't help you. I'm going to tell you. Stacy, it's Amira. So that's what A team is.
What's up, Myra? Yeah, that's Myra.
Amira. That's not. It just says right there, Amira.
We ain't went to school together.
Oh. So she just goes by Myra. Oh.
She was your best friend's best friend at one time.
My best friend's best friend?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was your best friend's best friend at one time.
No, my baby mama?
Yeah, she was your baby mama best friend. Mary, that's her baby mama too.
Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about. see, August says you should be very careful of the Afrikaners. They will take over America. They are very strategic.
They can have it.
No, first of all, they got that strategy from America. They took that top-notch racism and they were like, you know what?
We duplicate.
There were some things y'all could have done better.
Yeah. We duplicate and upgrade.
That's what they did. That's what South Africa did. If he moved from South Africa to America to enact this plan, like he's probably been working on this like Pinky in the Brain for decades. For decades, he's been waiting for this dummy to get in office so he can enact his plan of the Dodgy is probably right. The dodgy department.
Trump has to be the dumbest president ever.
It's so sad. It's so sad. And honestly, what really vexes me is like I've talked to people here while I was in the hospital. And they're just like, Trump is really gonna like get it together for y'all. And I'm like,
really?
And then after I broke it down, like what he's actually doing, they were like, like the really scared emoji.
Yeah.
Girl, I guess the world gonna figure it out when everybody else do. I don't know. I'm gonna pray for everyone, even the dummies. We don't go to the doctor unless something doesn't work.
And that's when I went. It was still working, but it was the other part.
That's not a good job. Like I was in pain. When I tell you, at first it just felt like somebody was stabbing me with a really tiny knife. And then after I had that ginger, and it felt like it was literally fire in my guts. Instead, I don't think Stacy really knows how much pain I was in because I, as a person, just have a really high pain tolerance. And I deal with my pain by like doing other things like laughing, making jokes or whatever. But I was in excruciating. I would rather have another baby. I would rather have another baby.
You better buy another puppy.
Than to have that pain in my life ever again.
Your ass better buy another puppy.
I just want to explain to y'all the level of pain I was in. Because I don't think you understand. I don't think y'all understand. The pain that I felt at that time, I would rather have another baby.
Shaka Delani, you want a brother or sister?
I would rather have a baby. I promise you. No, Red, women live longer than men. That's not what I said. I didn't say that women don't live longer than men. What I said was married men live longer than unmarried men, and married women live shorter than unmarried women. That is what I said. Anywho, all the men in my family, all the men in my life, father, uncles, one grandfather passed away before their wives. But they would have passed away way sooner if they didn't have wives. God bless them. And God bless their wives that kept them alive a little bit longer so that you can enjoy them. You're welcome. It's stressful. We love you though. Tim Black says, more than half of your salary when a doctor in the state says hello, it's a couple $1,000 in the ER. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I just don't know how expensive
$1,000.
You just don't know how expensive.
And then you got the anesthesia, the surgery, the aftercare, even though they kick you out as soon as possible. There's no physical therapy. Get out. When I had my hysterectomy, when did I come home, Stace?
I don't remember you having a hysterectomy. So
The next day. They
sure
did
around?
the surgery, and then the next day, I was back home. And I had complications. And I ended up having to be out longer than I was supposed to be because they sent me the hell home and weren't monitoring me. That's just my point. How big the dogs? Big.
They're very big. Watch the last episode. I brought them in here, and they just as tall as me. They're some big boys.
We can bring them in again if you want at the end. Because you got to feed them anyway.
I already fed them.
You fed them already?
Yeah.
Oh, that must be why you're so quiet. Normally.
Yeah.
Maybe
Big boys
beating on the door.
Check out the last episode towards the end. And I brought them in and I stood them up. But they big boys.
You can bring them in. We can bring them in at the end. Stay for the end, and then you see our little stickers. I was one that relocated in 2020.
And you ain't even holler at me yet, man. I know you over there in the Mall of Africa area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Over there with Jerry Big Ol' Head.
Wayne's World. Hi,
Cuzzo.
cuz. Glad to see you guys back at it with another great show. You're in a good place for healthcare, much safer and less costly than on the side.
Big facts.
Facts. 100% time. 100%. Let's see. The afrikaners rejected Trump's offer.
They're not giving up this land.
No, like, why would they want to go over there? It's ghetto.
And be refugees.
It's ghetto. It's ghetto over there. Greetings. Nice to see you guys. Nice
What's
to see you
up,
too,
Mr. Hill?
Ricky.
It's been a while, Mr.
Nice
Hill.
to see you. I can plan on coming to Johannesburg. Can y'all recommend a good, I assume you mean Airbnb?
Bread, no.
Will
Breakfast in bed.
Oh, B&B with consistent water and electricity.
I think I told you last week to holler at me, man. I think I left my email address in the
Yeah,
chats.
but you don't check that email address.
Yeah, I do. Mine. I left mine in there. I check mine every day.
We do our so I would say that I have preference for Rosebank. And I think like we didn't even stay there our first time that we came here. We stayed in Santan the first time we came. The second time we came, we stayed in Rosebank. And it's just so centrally located and there's so much stuff to do in that little area. There's jazz clubs, there's restaurants, and Tasha's is there, like the best.
Tasha's is in Santon too.
I know, but Tasha's is in Rosebank and it's walking distance from the Vantage and the Median. I am so partial to the Vantage and the Median. You can find them on Airbnb. You know, I like to keep my rands in black hands. And when you book for your Airbnb, you can put like the Median, Rosebank, whatever, and it'll come up. And I just look for people. I look for black owners. I've never had any problems. They have a generator. I've never had issues with water. I think one time we had a problem with the internet and they sent somebody to fix it within like an hour or two and we were back online. So I will always tell first timers in Joburg to stay in Rosebank. You got access to the train station. It's really close. And there's just so much to do in that little area and you can just walk, you know, and there's so much security. Like if you feel like you need an escort or something, you just call them, they'll walk you around the corner, whatever. It's a great location.
Actually, I agree with you 100%.
The Median and the Vantage in Rosebank, like
there's another
they're
one,
like the best places to stay.
There's another one. There's another one right around that corner.
The Tirwit.
Right.
Tirwit.
I think that's where Saw stayed at.
Yeah, Tirwit. I've never stayed at the Tirwit personally, but everybody that has stayed there also has good reviews for the Tirwit, and it's literally like they're boop boop boop, like
but
within seconds of each other.
But I agree with Red 100%. My favorite is the Median. And the thing about the security, as far as median, as soon as you walk out the door, there's a security booth right there. I mean, like 10 yards away, there's a security booth right there.
If you ain't got the fob, you ain't going upstairs.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's excellent, and they recognize you. Like if you come there and you forget your fob or something, they recognize you. Like they'll let you in or whatever. Like it's usually the same people there every day. Like I'm in my opinion, if you're worried about safety, if you're worried about convenience, if you're worried about having access to the internet, electricity, all that kind of stuff, the Median, the Vantage, and other people have said the Tirawit, all of those I would put them even playing field, and they're right across from the Rosebank Mall. Yes. Vantage. They've got the rooftop shopping center where you can get like paintings and clothes, and like if you're trying to like bring stuff back to your family and stuff, like they've got a really nice little shopping center where you can get knickknacks and stuff.
A little underground spot.
Yeah. So Rosebank is my.
Listen, Americans, when you go to these places,
or Melrose Arc, but that's really expensive.
Yeah,
Rosebank's a lot cheaper.
Americans, when you go to them little underground places, take somebody with you, take a local with you, because they are going to tax you. They are going, bruh.
But
they
if
are
they
going
do,
to get you.
Hold on, but
listen,
they're
not going to know if they got taxed.
But wait, if you go with a local, if you go with somebody who like knows how much things should cost, and they're like overcharging you on purpose because you're American, there's a process where you can complain to the management for that establishment, and they will get you your money back. And that person is going to get in trouble.
May or may not have a job the next day.
Yeah. Because they're not, that is illegal. It's illegal to price gouge. That's what we call it in the States, price gouging. It's illegal to do that. So there's that. Super Bad says, hello guys, would you recommend IBM Immigration Service? IBN? N as in Nancy? Yes. We have done some work with them before. So IBN Immigration Services, yes, I would recommend it. Let's see. Tim, the electricity has been awesome since I moved, but the water is hit or miss. Been better the past month though, Northwest Burbs. Honestly, we haven't had any issues with water. We're in South Joburg. We haven't had any issues with water. We have like little things like on our streets, it's like somebody was building across the street. And I think maybe like 2 days out of the last year, we had water issues, and we got a notification.
And it was back the same day.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was in Danfern, it was so bad a few times that we had to get a room. Remember?
Yeah. When we were in Danfern, like there were a couple times like the pipes just burst, and then we didn't have water for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And luckily, we didn't have dogs at the time, so we just went and stayed at a hotel. But we have not had any issues like that in South Joburg.
Knocking on wood.
Stacy don't want to be a dad. Where did you get that from?
The dogs.
Oh, why did you say that?
Remember what you said.
What did I say?
You said you prefer to go have a baby than.
Oh yeah. I would definitely rather have a whole baby than to have that pain again. Because why? Wayne says afrikaners rejection was predicted by anyone familiar with real life in SA, but Trump never been and overreacted, and now look forever foolish when complaining about life there. It's pretty cushy.
Yeah.
Women live longer because of the will after
the husband's gone.
How do you think he got the money to put that in the will? Because he had a supportive wife to help him realize his full potential. And he had access to the same money when he was alive. Why he ain't go to the doctor? The only time he went to the doctor was probably because his wife made him go. Stacy?
See ya.
Stacy,
no.
Stacy,
What?
why did you go to the doctor and find out that you had a kidney infection?
Because I was burning.
And because when you
I was going anyway.
As soon as you came home from the
Y'all, she just want credit.
No, I do want credit because if I'm gonna have to shave off some years of my life, I want credit. When you came home with that medication, I was like, that ain't right. You got an infection, and they give you some bullshit, and it's not. What's the word? What's the word for this? It's not an antibiotic. It's not an antibiotic. That is not what you need. Go to the hospital. That's what I told you that day. The second time you came back from this camp, go to the hospital. That's not the right shit. It's not gonna do right, and then you end up getting admitted. Had that not happened, who knows what would have happened to you?
I was going anyway.
No, you wasn't.
Oh my God.
No, you wasn't. Okay. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Wives keep men alive, and we die sooner because of it. Statistically, do your Googles. I'm not backing down on that. There's a Tasha's and Romance. Yes, that was our first Tasha's and will always be our favorite. Actually, Santon.
Santon. What are you talking about?
Santon was our first, and that will always be our favorite. Rosebank will be our second.
There was two of them. Well, there was two of them in Santon. The one right next to the hotel, and then the one in Mandela Square.
But the one by the hotel was better.
It was the one that we always went to.
And if y'all have not had Walk and Roll in Santon, go through. The noodle bowl.
Yeah, delicious.
Very, very nice. I didn't see your email, and I did mean Airborne Rosebank was my first choice.
No, I said for you to email me so I can let you know. But I mean, we already told you. Rosebank, median or advantages is the job.
Or Terwood.
Or Terwood. That's the one.
I plan on staying a month my first time.
Wow.
And that's good, honestly, because like you have time, you have downtime, you have relaxation time, you have time to go and do stuff. I mean, that's if you can do a month, that's a good amount of time. By then, you'll start picking up a little bit of like how things move, how people talk, like what things to look out for. It's a good amount of time when you figure like, can I do this for a long periodical time? It'll give you a good idea. The first time we came, we were here for like 3 weeks. The second time we were here for like almost a month.
No, the first time was almost a month. The second time was almost 2.5, 3 weeks.
No.
And then you stayed longer.
Maybe that's why I feel like that. But either way, the second time we came, we didn't have any plans. We didn't have any plans at all.
We were just
like, we're gonna like live regular life. Like, can we do this? Can we operate without all of the like touristy stuff?
And the answer was yes.
Yeah, obviously. Any improvements to be done for Soweto to be able to host and grant permanent residence to its tourists? I mean, I don't think this is specifically a Soweto question because you have to have residents in the whole country, not just Soweto. So I would say they've been making a lot of improvements as far as like access to visas and stuff like that. They in the last couple of months just released new regs for digital nomad visas, which really opens it up for people to have jobs in the US that work remotely. So I'm like, that's going to open up the potential for visas a lot more for people, because before it was really just like tourist visa, artist visa, like it's very specific niche visas, but this opens it up to a whole bigger range of people. So like I said, we do work with IBN Immigration Services. We'll put the link in the comments after we're done with the live. And they can help you if that's something that you're looking to do to get a visa before you after you come visit. Sipo says, "Hey family, how you doing in Mzanzi? We're catching hell all across the pond. It's cold in Texas. Ugh, I heard it was cold over there. I'm praying for y'all.
It's kind of cold here too.
Pray emoji. It's cool here.
I mean, I'm fine.
Cold. It's cool. Hey Art, glad you could make it.
What's up, bro? See you in a couple weeks.
Johanna says, I saw some Black Americans on TikTok saying they want to move to SA, but they're scared now because of Trump interference in SA affairs. I mean,
Cyril
I
is not
guess.
playing those games. Cyril came out and said F Trump and all his policies.
He said it real professional.
But he said yes. He didn't use that.
How's the South treating you? Love it.
And it's beautiful.
Love it. I like nothing north moves me. We're close to Soweto, which is where all the good parties is at.
Might go to one tonight.
We'll see. Now, I told you now. If somebody going to invite us, they need to invite us before 5 o'clock. And you said this.
5 o'clock.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
Yeah, we ain't going nowhere.
That's how you know your house is comfortable when you'd rather be here. Retired person visa was easier and quickest to get. 1 month, and I'm here for 4 years and can easily renew here.
Lucky you.
But you gotta have the requirements for a retirement visa, which everybody doesn't have.
Congratulations, bro.
So people that are still in their working career, yes, congratulations. People that are still in their working careers, the digital nomad visa gives them an opportunity to get a visa. Cyril just be chilling and minding his own business. I know, in America just be popping out of nowhere, like
they messing with everybody though, so
yeah.
Well, Trump is, not they.
Yeah. Well, I just have one more thing that I want to point out. Nail cam. Just want y'all to see my nails.
See Ash.
And I asked you, they're very cute. My girl at Capucci in what shopping center is that?
Something started with a C. Camacho,
no. Camaro Crossing.
Camaro
Crossing Shopping Center in Johannesburg. Her name is Bandile. And she be doing me right every time. Like, I would tell her I wanted Valentine's Day theme, and she came through with the lips, the hearts. Very cute. Just want to shout out my girl. Come and see her if you want something cute done. Anyway. See, it says, yeah, the North gets a lot of attention, but the South is also nice, and traffic is better in the South.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Agree 100%.
And when I tell you, like, we have everything out here. Dentists, ophthalmologists, they're just in, like, small offices. They're, like, not in the malls and stuff like they are in Four Ways. They're in really small offices, but it's so much cheaper. It's so nice. Like, I don't have no complaints. I've seen the podiatrist out here. What else? Podiatrist. I got a psychiatrist appointment. We got dentist appointments next week. Eye appointments, and like we can do everything within 10 minutes of our house. So, and it, like I said, it's cheaper.
Hey yo, C-Ray, I just dropped a visual today at 3 o'clock. Go check it out, man. If you check it out, Facebook. I didn't put it on YouTube. You go to Facebook, look me up, Stacy T. Morrison, and I dropped a visual today. It is a banger too, man. But the video is coming out probably in about 2 weeks. It's gonna be a rollout before we drop the official video.
So the people that don't speak Zulu, like, what's the song about?
Everybody speaks Zulu. Everybody in South Africa understands Zulu.
We're talking to people that are in America.
Oh, Slice. Slice was a part of I think it was a cartoon character or something of that extent. And it's it's a street song. It's a street vibe. That's what it is. Check it out. Trust me, you'll like it. Listen to it in a really good system. You will really appreciate the drums.
Yeah. Slice is nice.
But yeah, Stacy T. Morrison, and check it out.
Jablani says, did you find a black dentist where we couldn't find one in Mid-Rand? Well, when we were in mid-range, like the dentist we're seeing now, I think is Indian, but the one that we were seeing when we were in Four Ways was black dentist,
Yeah, he was
right?
black.
Yeah,
In Pine Slope.
yeah, it was in Pine
What
Slopes.
was the name of the place?
I can't remember. I cannot.
It was
Oh,
like a clinic, or something like that.
Yeah. It was on Sunset.
Sunset.
It was off of
Sunset something.
Sunset.
Wasn't it called Sunset something?
Yeah, it was in Pine Slopes. It was off of Sunset. I want to say it was Sunset Boulevard or Sunset Avenue. But yeah, it was a black dentist there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the medical center, but that's where we used to go to get all of our like the dentist, urgent care, physicals. We used to get everything.
I think it was an urgent care too.
Yeah.
That's what it was. We used to go to an urgent care.
Yeah, and then there was a dentist at the
dentist downstairs.
floor. Yeah, and they had an ER, they had urgent care, they had dentists, they had ophthalmologists, everything in that little area in Pine Slope. We were in Danfern, so we could literally walk there if we needed to, and we didn't have a car at the time, so it was very convenient. Joanna says, Stacy, your label will be cooking some hits. I bet this year you're gonna do amazing things. I'm praying because I ain't trying to work no more.
I hope so.
Y'all listen to this music.
I hope so, man. Because these guys in Acacia are super, super, super talented.
So much talent, so much drive, so creative. So y'all listen to the music to get me out of the ghetto having to work.
And Slice is on all digital platforms, right along with Molo Josie. And I dropped a song called Happy. It's a love song. That's on all digital platforms too. That came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Nah, that came out yesterday.
Y'all hit up Happy, Slice, Molo Josie. If you love us, if you care about us, listen to it. Send it to your friends. Because I'm trying to be kept.
But Slice is a banger.
I don't want to work. Let's see. JaBu says, thanks. I'll fly there. All my doctors are black. Hey,
that's what's up.
That's what my surgeon was black. Like that's what we all looking for.
That's what's
Keep
up.
brands and black hands. That's what we're trying to do. All right. So I think we're done.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for staying through until the end. There's 55 people in the room right now, so we should have at least 55 likes.
Let me check.
When we log out. If you have not hit the like button, make sure you do that. We're not asking you for nothing else. Just hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss any of our lives. We miss you. We care about you. We'll be back next week on Sunday, right around this time. We'll see what works. So if you like nice things, just hit the subscribe button, and then.
See, people think I'm the jerk. Y'all, you know what? 2 weeks ago, Khalees came here. A few weeks ago, matter of fact, he came here and he met Red for the first time. And he said he hung out with us. And minutes later, not days, minutes later, he was like, Stace, I thought it was you. I thought you was the asshole. It's not you. It's your wife. If y'all hang out with us, y'all will see for yourself. It is not me. Ask Khalees.
I gotta do something to keep my life together.
It's not me. It's her.
It energizes me, and I'm trying to get back as many years as possible that you're stealing from me. I have to get my kick somehow. Anyway, love y'all.
Peace out. Peace out.